Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at the brand new IK Multimedia iLoud Micro Monitor Pros. Yeah, so big improvement on the original Micro Monitor. Twice the power. In fact, with these you have 50 watts biamped per speaker, okay? They're completely independent of each other. So they plug in separately at the back via power. They hook up separately, so you've got two choices. You can hook up via RCA or XLR. They also come with the incredibly important and super useful ARC calibration microphone. This is essential for setting up your speakers for your room. Okay, so they're near field monitors. They are loud. They sound great. Of course, with a YouTube video, it's impossible to show you exactly how they sound. You just can't do it because all you're hearing is what your system is and not what these are producing. But it comes with the fantastic X Monitor software as well. And that is really, really very, very cool. You can do some really cool stuff. So we're going to take a look at that shortly as well. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. So they're about 1.3 kilo each. Let's just plug this in, this one, get my power cable from wherever it's decided to hide. Here we go. So both independent power supplies, just plug it in and it'll come on. If you want to switch the speaker off by the power here, hold this for 3 seconds and it will go off. Just tap it again to switch it back on. Okay. You have your volume control here, which has an indented 0 dB. Then you can go plus 6 dB here. The mode switch here, this can swap between calibrated mode, which I have calibrated both of these speakers, but not using the software. So you can use the ARC microphone to calibrate these without the software. So you're good to go. If you use the X Monitor software to calibrate them, it's a much more detailed and deep calibration procedure. Okay, so you calibrate from 4 points for each speaker. Okay, so second mode here, we switch this and we're in desk mode. So if your speakers are on a desk, a bit like this is going to be cool. Switch them both on like this, so both lights are lit and you're basically flat EQing, right? Okay, now the calibration mode makes a huge difference to the room environment. If you've got the perfectly treated acoustic room, you're probably fine. You could probably run with flat. But if you're in a bedroom or something, which most people who have these are going to be not in professional studios, although they would be great for near field monitoring, of course. Next down, you have your high frequency cut and boost. Okay, so that's boosting your high frequency. That's like flat. And you have a cut to your high frequency. And then you have flat response. So like I said, and then you have low frequency extension. So you can either go 50 hertz extension or 90. So 50 or 90, it's entirely up to you. Okay, so you can set that to suit your room. Like I said, you can input via RCA or XLR. When you're calibrating, you use the XLR. Now, although you do get the ARC microphone here, and you also get this to set it up on a mic stand like this. Okay, you will need to buy the XLR cable, but most people are going to have an XLR cable knocking around and you can get them, not expensive. You only need a short one, you know, a couple of meters or something, you're golden, but most people have an XLR. Anyway, straight out of the box without me doing anything to them at all, we plugged them in and they sounded great. So that's not a problem. They do work absolutely fine, but you do want to do some messing around with the EQ and stuff like this. Okay, so let's just quickly stick the box on camera so you can have a look at the specs in some more detail. I'll just move these out the way. Where's my box gone? Oh, there it is. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Thanks. My assistant, Joe, has just passed me the box. Here it is. So if I hold this, you'll probably be able to see anyway. I'll read it to you. So 2-way biamped, digitally controlled compact studio monitor. Low frequency driver is 3-inch composite cellulose fiber, custom made. High frequency driver is a low distortion silk dome tweeter. acoustic design, DSP tuned bass reflex. The bass is great on these, by the way, considering how small they are, and they are small, but the bass is just, it's fab. I mean, it's not gonna, it's not like having a 10-inch bass woofer or anything like that, but you can connect a woofer to your system and stuff like that. But they're bassy enough, trust me. What I did notice about the bass, and we ran some of our old music through it and stuff like that, was it's super tight. The bass is super tight. And this is before I'd calibrated this room for the speakers. Okay, so frequency response, 50 Hertz to 20K. I must say thanks to IK for sending me these for review as well. They're not paying me. I don't even get to see the video before it's released. So let's just chuck them over there. Get the speakers back. Okay, so on the bottom here, you have a little foot that will angle the speaker like this. So it's more towards your listening experience. What else on the bottom? Yeah, we can connect them to stands. And basically, that's it. You know, they're small, but they sound huge. They really sound good. I'm very, very impressed, to be fair. They sound much better than me Behringer Truth monitors. And that's saying something, because I really like them. I think they sound really good. Anyway, let's go to the next part of the video, and I'll see if I can remember what I was saying previously, and we'll have a look at the software and stuff like that. Okay, so now you can see we have the X Monitor software, the iLouds, and in the background here you'll see that I have my iPad. So the monitors are connected via USB to the computer, and the audio is coming from the iPad into the iLoud. Okay, so that means that you can run your monitor software completely independently of any other sound source, which is super handy, which means we can reference sound coming out from anywhere else. In this case, we're going to use the iPad, and control everything from the X Monitor software. So there's a lot you can do here. Like I said, you can further calibrate this using the ARC microphone if you look at the calibration controls here for each speaker. Okay, now here's the cool thing. I calibrated these speakers earlier, but not with the software, just using the ARC microphone and the calibration control on the back, which is super easy. So before I calibrated the speakers, the room response in here was like this, and there is for speaker number 2. So you can see they're relatively similar, slightly different depending on the position I had the speakers in. Now you'd set these obviously exactly where you wanted them correctly before you calibrated them. And then after I calibrated them, here's the response. Much better, much flatter, more controlled. Okay, so before and then after. So the calibration is really, really important. All right, here's another cool thing as well we can do. Down here in this section here, you have basically 4 memory slots. Okay, so you have like this is like a BT speaker, white 5s, these are like studio monitors, and then smartphone. Okay, you can change how the sound is coming out of the iLouds, and this is dead handy for mixing. It means you don't have to keep going around listening to your mix on different monitors and different situations, like taking it into the car, etc., as you do. But you have more up here. If we click open this now, you've got studio monitors, so a selection of emulations of studio monitors. Okay, then you've got some hi-fi stuff, and then you've got some multimedia like a 49-inch TV, portable BT speaker, and a smartphone, which I have 2 of those in here. If I wanted to change this BT speaker reference point, I just right click on it, go to models, go to studio monitor, and go, right, okay, well, I'll have this as the white 90s, this one. So if I choose my before point here, if I go to white 90s, you can see the difference in the curve. In fact, I'll go to my after. Okay, so this is what referenced after I'd controlled the room. Okay, white 5's there, and then what it's doing now. Very, very, very cool. Let's turn this off a sec so you can hear. So let's just go to flat response. I'm going to put some music on. Now, you have to be aware that what you're hearing is not going to be what I'm hearing, because these sound incredible. All you're hearing is through a couple of binaural microphones. So bear in mind, but the point is you'll hear the difference in EQing, which is super handy. So I'm just going to start this off on the iPad here. And when it starts to get some drums and stuff, I'll start altering the EQ. The after, which is best for this room. You can control the contour yourself for both of them. Another really handy feature is the delay. Let's change up to a hi-fi maybe. Correct for this room. What's also very nice is the delay. Delay for speakers and monitoring and live sound and all the rest of it is really important, because you may have different reflections from different parts of a room, or if one monitor happens to be positioned further away than another monitor, sometimes delay can really help bring that back in. But you can really hear it if they're both together, because we're going to delay the signal from monitor 1 from monitor 2. So if I play that track again here, bring up the delay, hear that? We're now delaying the signals. Smartphone. Maybe listen to a few others. Hi-fi. Flat response. Different response curves. So there you go. There are the iLoud Micro Monitor Pros. Very, very, very good. I think they're around, if you buy a pair, I think they're around $560 a pair, something like that. I'm not 100% on the price. It may vary as well, depending on the supply you use, etc. But yeah, they're just great. They're really, really good. And pairing them is easy. Once you when I first plugged these in via USB, I had to update both speakers, but that was an absolute piece of cake. It literally just comes up and tells you here, said, yeah, they've found the speakers, but they need an update. You just click, oh, okay, and it updates them for you. Like I said, if you want to go into the calibration mode again, this guides you through the process of what you need to do. You need to plug the ARC microphone in, all the rest of it, and then you need to get your capture points, and then you can do 4 points per speaker. I'm not going to do it again because I've already done it, and it was easy. It was easy to do. So nothing complex at all. So there you go, guys. So you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I must thank IK Multimedia for sending me these to have a look at, you know, because it's really good. I don't really use monitors in here. I use headphones all the time because, you know, it gets too loud and other people live here. So, you know, but we've been listening to them, haven't we?
We have. They're really good.
Really, really good. We've been listening to loads of our older stuff through them as well. It's just they're just the bass is like proper tight. Really, really great. And of course it's perfect for live instruments, keyboards. They're studio monitors, so you can put live instruments to. They're not sprung for music, if you know what I mean. They're sprung for monitoring. This is why you have this lovely flat response. And like I said, they look remarkable. There's the curve of this room. Before I did the calibration, before the calibration was done, that's what the left speaker was reading, that's what the right speaker was reading. As soon as I'd done the calibration and it set it up inside its own DSP, then it was like that, which is just phenomenal. It was just really good without having to do anything else at all, without having to adjust any other EQing or whatever. You know, you can also switch all this stuff, do your own high frequency shelving and all the rest of it. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. You can reset all this as well. Just go back to default and it's done deal. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll put links in. Obviously, you can go and check them out. But if you're like me and you have a little room and you want some really great sounding monitors, then you couldn't really go much wrong. And like I said, you can go around the back and make manual adjustments like we saw at the beginning, and you're golden. Anyway, top job, cool beats. I will see you guys later. Ta-ta.